for the people who feel like they've failed already. Now, if you're someone who made resolutions back in January and completely fell off by February, first of all, welcome to basically everyone. That's not a personal failure, that's just being human with a calendar full of expectations. That's your mid-year resolution. Not the trendy one. The honest one. Here's what I need you to understand. Falling off a goal doesn't erase the fact that you started. It doesn't undo the version of you that tried. And it definitely doesn't disqualify you from trying again right now. There is no rule that says you only get one shot per year. There is no committee reviewing your consistency and revoking your right to try again. The only person keeping score in a way that actually hurts you is you. Okay, so let's rewind for the people just joining this beautiful mess. I started this channel a while back, posted some videos, some hobbies, BTS concert era, and some German language stuff. And then I took a little break to be in some moments somewhere between finishing my bachelor's degree, surviving deadlines with the concentration span of a caffeinated squirrel, meeting someone after a long time, and I realized something I should have shared all of these to. That's what this channel actually is. Not a polished lifestyle channel. Not a 5 a.m. routine that will change your life channel. This is a digital diary. My digital diary. The chaotic, colorful, occasionally on fire diary of a brown girl navigating life with ADHD, one hyperfixation, one missed alarm, one accidental 2 a.m. deep clean of my entire room at a time. So if January you didn't follow through, that's fine. July gets a turn now. And if July you doesn't finish either, September you will be waiting right there, ready to go. This isn't about perfect streaks. This is about never fully giving up on the idea that you can still become who you're trying to be. People keep asking why I'm doing a New Year resolution in August. Honestly, my brain doesn't even know what day it is most Tuesdays, so asking it to respect January specifically feels a little unrealistic. At this point, I'm not late. I'm just on my own fiscal year. Not January. Not even July, which at least has the decency to call itself mid-year with a straight face. August is the awkward cousin of mid-year resolutions. It's the one that shows up after the invitations already went out, stands in the doorway a little unsure, and goes, "Am I still allowed to be here?" Yes, you're still allowed to be here. Because here's what I've learned, mostly from a brain that has never once done anything on schedule. Perfect timing is a myth we made up to give ourselves an excuse to wait. And waiting for the right moment is just procrastination that learned how to accessorize. So welcome to the August resolution. Late. A little crooked. Absolutely still valid. Here's what I actually like about starting in August instead of January. I've already lived through 7 months of this year, watching exactly which habits stuck and which ones died a quiet death approximately 11 days in. I'm not starting blind. I'm starting with receipts. And honestly, there's something very on brand about a crooked, mid-year, technically late beginning. Not the polished, straight-line, color-coded planner kind of start. The wabi-sabi kind. Beautifully imperfect. A little cracked, a little rebuilt, still worth something. My brain has never once done a straight line in its life, so why would my resolutions? Let's just say it plainly. If you're someone whose brain doesn't run on straight lines, whose motivation doesn't show up on a schedule, who starts things in the middle instead of the beginning, because that's just when the idea finally clicked, this one's for you. I think about that a lot, honestly. Because so much of the self-improvement world is obsessed with straight lines. Start January 1st. Build the streak. Don't break the chain. And if you have a brain that just doesn't work that way, all of that starts to feel less like motivation and more like a countdown to the moment you inevitably disappoint yourself. So what if this year, instead of chasing the straight line, we just accepted the wobbly one? What if starting in August, imperfectly, without a clean streak behind you, is still a complete and legitimate way to begin? Because it is. A crooked start is still a start. Before we talk about where you're going, let's take a second to talk about where you already are. Because here's a mistake a lot of us make with resolutions. We treat them like a punishment for not being good enough yet. We say things like, "I need to fix my life," or "I need to become a better version of myself." And buried underneath all that ambition is this quiet, unkind assumption that who you are right now isn't enough. So before anything else, let's just pause and say thank you. Thank you for the fact that you made it through the first half of this year at all, messy or not. Thank you for every small win nobody clapped for. Thank you for the mornings you got up even when you didn't want to, and thank you for the days you rested when you needed to, because that counts too. If you believe in a higher power, this is the moment to acknowledge it. Alhamdulillah for breath, for another chance, for a body and mind that kept going even on the hard days. Gratitude isn't the opposite of ambition. Gratitude is what makes ambition sustainable instead of exhausting. Allah G, thank you for the graduation I did with your help and the new starting of masters, which is going to happen. Thank you for letting me born on this day to experience the blessings, and thanks for the blessings I'm going to receive next. The rest of this year is not already written. Nothing that happened in the first 6 months determines what the next 6 are going to look like. You are not locked into a pattern. You are not stuck being who you were in March. People change direction all the time, and most of the time, it starts with something as small as one decision on one random day that had no business being special, except that you decided it was. Maybe this is that day. Maybe 6 months from now, when the year is wrapping up, you look back, and this is the moment you point to. Not January, not some other perfect, cinematic beginning. This slightly random, ordinary day where you decided you weren't going to wait anymore. That's not naive optimism. That's just choosing to believe your own effort matters, because it does. So here's your mid-year resolution, and it's simple. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, because it was never going to come wrapped in a bow anyway. Start where you are, with what you have today. Be grateful for how far you've already come, even if it doesn't look like what you planned. Be honest about what you actually want for the rest of this year. And be kind to yourself on the days it doesn't go perfectly, because it's not going to, and that's allowed. You don't need a new year to become a new version of yourself. You just needed someone to give you permission to start now. So consider this me, giving you that permission. I don't want the rest of this year to feel like pressure. I don't want to sit here and make some huge list of resolutions I'm going to abandon by next week. We've all been there, we all know how that goes. I just want peace. I want to actually enjoy the life I'm building instead of constantly rushing toward the next thing. I want to laugh more, stress less, and stop treating every deadline like a life or death situation, even though my nervous system absolutely disagrees with that plan. I want to do more, sure. I want to have more, learn more, become more. But I also just want to be here for it. Actually here. Not halfway present while mentally drafting my next 5 projects. No rules attached. I'm starting from wherever I already am, not from some imaginary starting line I missed. I'm grateful for everything that already happened, the finished things and the unfinished things both. And I'm choosing to be hopeful about whatever's coming, without needing to control exactly how it shows up. Because one day this will all just be the past. So I might as well enjoy it while it's still happening. So now late start and all making this year count instead of waiting for the next one. Take care of yourself, enjoy life, and let's be grateful to everything. See you soon.